Well, let's talk about other debatably meaningful global conferences and agreements. We're going to move on to
Okay.
two truths and a lie.
Okay.
You guys know how this works. We'll give you three facts. You pick out what the lie is. We're going
Pratik,
to.
are you ready?
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
God.
Pratik, you seem you seem sort of like a groundhog who like popped up in the wrong corner of the lawn today or something. Like you thought you were going to come up in the shade, and here you are in the limelight.
It's okay.
Um,
Ready to talk about climate.
All right. Well, make sure you have some
Hug
saltine
him.
crackers after this or something. Okay. Two truths and a lie. COP26. I had to Google why it's called COP26. This was the Glasgow climate change conference.
Why is it called COP26?
It's the name of the like subcommittee on the United Nations. Or Pratik probably knows. Make me look dumb at some point. All the time, actually.
Google it.
All right. So two truths and a lie about this climate change conference.
Okay.
Truth number one, put them up. More than 100 countries joined the U.S. and EU-led coalition to cut emissions by 30% and to phase down the use of coal. But the largest emitter, China, is only a partial signatory. So China, also India, I think, did not come along for the full ride. They said, yeah, we'll help you out if it's convenient to us, but we're going to do our own thing.
We're gonna be China.
Also a very American thing to do. Like, love to hate on China. Very American to say, we're going to do our own thing. Number two, hundreds of fossil fuel lobbyists were invited to this climate change conference, but not youth activist Greta Thunberg. Number three, the COP26, who the hell knows what COP means? The COP26 treaty will not go into effect in the United States until the Senate ratifies it. If you remember your, 7th grade civics classes, Senate's got to ratify that shit.
I do.
Senate's got to ratify it. I think I made Pratik go first up
please.
top.
Someone help me.
I'm going to light the fire right underneath you, Miriam.
No.
Greta Thunberg. We all like to make fun of her.
I don't like to make fun of her.
Why not?
What?
She's a child celebrity. What is more gratifying than making fun of child celebrities?
Only if you are a heartless monster like you, Keen Dog.
I am Middle America on this one.
I am the coast. The two coasts. Anyway.
I'm Orange County. I'm the red coast in a blue state, bitches. Okay. So Greta Thunberg not invited.
I think that's false.
I think it could be true because she's always getting nominated for every single like pointless human interest award ever. So she was probably accepting an award in like Warsaw.
Were you not held as a child?
I think that Greta Thunberg and climate change are the two most oversold, overfed stories ever. So no, I was not held as a child.
I feel like
Pratik, Greta Thunberg, you want to weigh in?
I'm going to say that one's true, actually, not because I follow anything she says or does, but I just figure there are so many leftists on Twitter who are absolutely obsessed with her that had she been invited, she probably would have grandstanded in a way that it would have been bombarding my Twitter feed. So
Or do
maybe
you
she
think?
wasn't invited.
Do you think
I wouldn't invite her.
God, his deductive reasoning is on point. I think he's right.
Maybe the conspiracy theory is that like Joe Biden and Angie Merkel didn't want to get upstaged by Greta.
I mean, yeah, if you're a serious politician, world leader trying to deal with a complicated issue, why would you want to have that there?
You don't want like a 14-year-old girl scolding you, and then you can't like really push back because she's a 14-year-old girl.
And then people are like Joe Biden, like, what the hell do you do around here? When you were vice president, Obama had a Peace Prize by. I don't think he was even inaugurated when he got his first year.
I think he had just been inaugurated.
Yeah. So it's just a bad. So Greta Thunberg would
will
ruin
Google
Joe
now.
Biden, ruin his life
Yeah.
if she was there. Okay.
Can we hire a third person? Can we hire a third producer? Can we hire a third person that like Googles
2009.
things so I don't have to do this in the middle of shooting?
2009, I think, is when Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. Same year he was inaugurated.
2009 was a very good year.
Drone strikes started shortly after. Okay. Do you remember, Pratik, one of your favorite things to tell me is that you don't understand Capitol Hill. You don't like the way it works. Both of us bet on politics when we're not on camera, and you also refuse to bet on Capitol Hill. So I guess I'm going to put it to you, this third truth that the COP26 treaty will not go into effect in the United States until the Senate ratifies it. So do you want to weigh in on that? I know you hate weighing in on Capitol Hill.
I think this is mostly false. I mean, you'll have to correct me here, but my understanding is that what happened at the climate conference was an agreement, not a treaty. So the reason it's complicated, though, is my understanding is that to actually basically, so a bunch of world leaders went there, they made a bunch of pledges. Now the question is, will they actually implement it? The reason I'm not completely sure on this one is that I think Biden may be able to implement part of it through executive authority, but then they're talking in the Build Back Better. They're afraid Manchin is going to basically screw Biden over on some of his climate pledges. But I think, in short, no, it's not a treaty that has to get through.
And I guess we do all blindly sort of assume that like China's like emissions reductions, fuck off. Like we're busy making shit, you know?
Except that when they're talking about crypto and why they need to regulate it. And
They're not
like,
right.
We care about our environmental promises.
Yeah, they care about people who aren't party members getting rich. That's what they care about
Also
with that.
that.
All right, so
Mostly
so
that.
China obviously said fuck off, right?
Yes.
You know how we could make China take us more seriously on human rights, in my view? It's by not needling them on pointless climate change things that they obviously are not going to do. It's not in their interest, and it just makes us dumb. I mean, if we have a bunch of Western world leaders telling them to basically undermine their entire economy for a climate change fad at home, why should they take us seriously on anything, including
Well, it's not a
human
fad.
rights? It's a religion. It's a religion.
It is. Everything on earth can
An
be
actual existential threat. I mean, not according to me. I'm a nobody who works at Erupt. Just, according to...
something
UN.
happened in the world. I don't know why. It was climate change or racism. Do you know
all
who I
of
just
these
impersonated?
Men, everyone watching, just know that all of these
Everyone.
men need to be held. Like, that's what...
fuck the earth.
All right, COP26 treaty. All right, so I think Miriam, you sound like you're sort of folding in with Pratik here that the Senate doesn't need to
Look,
ratify this.
I understand how this works. Pratik brings in the deductive reasoning. I bring in the sass, the personality, and a fuchsia-colored shirt. So I'm just going to agree with whatever Pratik says and drink, bitches.
I think you bring in a certain amount of worldliness and a little
I
savoir-faire.
do. Thank you very much. It's a tale of an immigrant girl
Okay, so
who made it in Hollywood.
they should stop saying if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere about New York City. You should say it about Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
New York City's like if you can like take the SAT well and go to a good college, you can make it here. LA's like you better be ready to fucking kill someone.
Yeah, and ever since Me Too, you can't even sleep your way to the top.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Okay, so I think, Pratik, I think you were sort of on the reality. I think that if the Senate were to ratify the COP26 treaty, it'd be very hard for the United States to get out of it. But the Senate's not going to ratify the COP26 treaty, but the President Biden, will be seeking to put elements of it into law. And of course, there's things that a president can do on his own through executive action. Tell the EPA to like really crack down on the oil industry with like the long dick of the law, as Seth Rogen said, and Superbad. So I think you guys did, in fact, correctly identify the fake news here.
Really? High five to you, Pratik.
Yeah.